2026
You're so annoying, bro.
since our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, started the religion that took over the world. The winners for 2026 years.
Wow.
Undefeated every year. Christianity.
Inconsistent.
Nah, 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 nah.
We reset all the clocks to start at a specific time
For us. And then we hit it under, Antodonai and common time.
It's not like time started 2,000 years ago.
No.
We're like, nah, we're starting it now.
There's some people that are like, time is an illusion.
Maybe,
It is.
but we own the illusion.
we run that.
We run that shit.
We run that.
We run that shit.
We run it all.
All right. How many years ago did Islam start?
Like
How many years ago did Judaism start? Buddhism? Nobody knows. How many years ago did Christianity start?
2026
26 years. Everybody on earth knows that. All right.
That's your prediction for 2026? That
right.
we're gonna run it again next year?
We're gonna count up one more time, guaranteed. We're not changing it to anybody else's clock. That's my first prediction.
Copy. Okay, good.
But yeah, this is the year. This is the beginning of the year. We want to predict it.
Year of our Lord.
We want to know. We're gonna make our best estimated guess what's gonna happen,
Right.
and then maybe at the end of the year we'll do a review and see where we got right, what we got wrong,
Oh, God.
why it got wrong. Maybe if something happened.
So we gotta remember what we said.
We're gonna watch a video. We're gonna rewind the tape.
We're gonna watch our own show.
Yeah, we're gonna put we're gonna put it on the projector, in the classroom. We're gonna review it.
Let's go.
Well,
I hope I'm 20 pounds lighter. Make sure you get it, Olaf.
Yeah. Maybe we're like, oh man, it's gonna be a great year, and then another 9/11 happens. Right?
Yeah, instead of
sorry,
you know what? Let's do that. Instead of resolutions, my prediction, I'm gonna be 20 pounds lighter.
okay,
I'm gonna start there. I'm gonna start with self-reflecting.
that's good.
So the first topic that we're gonna talk about in our predictions is going to be.
Well, we're gonna guess. First, we gotta start at home, obviously, right? Because first we gotta get a house in order.
I'm gonna get the house in order.
All right.
Okay.
So the first question is, politically. I mean, there's a lot happened already. The year just started.
Right.
It kind of changed the trajectory of what could happen.
Okay.
Domestically in America, what is a prediction? Right.
Okay. Domestically,
we'll start with the state. I mean, the country.
the whole.
As a whole. You think by December we'll be in a better place,
No.
or you think shit's gonna be bad?
It's gonna be bad.
All right.
I think it's gonna be overall bad. Go ahead.
Overall
What do you think?
bad.
What do you think it's gonna be?
I think it's about to be the same we got now. I don't think it's gonna be worse or better. Right? Because just because we started a war doesn't mean things are gonna go bad.
What war did we start?
I'm just saying, if we do fight a war, it doesn't mean things are gonna be worse. Things will be better. Like, wow, that war did great for us.
We needed that
Remember,
war.
before World War II was a Great Depression. So World War II happened, and we're like, look how great we're doing now.
This is.
We needed World War II.
This is. Okay.
It's possible that World War III, we were like running the world this time.
Oh God.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not better necessarily, because we're not doing such a great job right now with what we got.
I feel like we're doing fine.
I think it's gonna be. So you think it's gonna be better? I think it's gonna be worse. Or you said the same. You said it's gonna be the same.
I don't think it's gonna be worse, but I think
It's just gonna be the regular degular like it is right now. Gotcha.
What about New York? 'Cause we're in New York.
Okay,
City.
we're gonna specify now our state.
You think New York? No, we just got a new mayor.
It's-
First social democrat ever, New York's mayor. You think this year? What do you think is gonna manage? You think it's gonna be good, worse?
I think that's gonna be the same.
I think that might be worse.
Interesting. I think it's gonna be the same because I feel like it's going to be the same crappy policies, but the words that come out of his mouth, his fake smile, his charm, the people that are actually buying this thing.
You think they're gonna see through? By the end of the year, people are like, this guy doesn't know.
No. They're gonna be sold. They're gonna be like, oh, we believe him. But what comes to fruition, this is gonna be regular. In my opinion, regular.
I think.
You think it's gonna get worse?
I think people are gonna leave office. People are gonna be like, I ain't working with this guy.
Right.
He's doing dumb shit that doesn't make no sense. I can't put my stamp of approval on this.
Okay.
So I don't want my name being dirtied by what he's doing. I'd rather just leave.
Who do you think is gonna be the? Okay, let's bring it out further, right? Because we went to city. Now let's go the state. Governor.
She runs again this year. I have no idea.
Yeah, it's midterm.
Obviously, I don't know. After Mondani winning, I have no idea what's gonna happen next. It's literally a toss up. Again, if he does great,
because he was like that's why they're asking him. They're like, "Yo, why haven't you endorsed Hogel?" He's like, "A woman."
In my religion,
she's lucky she got there.
Yeah.
Allah
in fact, I want her out.
Now. What do you think that's going to be? Whoever it is, better or worse for the state?
Probably better.
That someone else is there other than her.
Yeah, because they're going to see what she's doing. They're going to be like, oh, they don't like this shit. You know what I'm saying? Think about what the freaking congestion person. People hate that crap. You know what I'm saying? Regular people. Not these liberals that want to freaking stop ICE and get shot. Not those people.
The actual people.
The real people. The people that every day going to work.
Right. Not the ones that take helicopters.
Yeah, exactly. People look at what's going on with the...
There has been a lot less traffic, right? Because nobody try to pay that.
Did you hear about the freaking subway? It's going to cost more now?
Yeah, 10 cents.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, what happened? I thought it was going to be free. He's like, I said the buses were going to be free.
And it's still not free.
It's still not free. He's never going to get it free.
It's never going to get that free. And what was the other part about the train situation? And they're actually giving out tickets now. So
for hoppers?
No, for the parking, the bus lanes.
Oh, they are?
Now it's official.
It's about time.
Like $250 second fine.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, sir.
I'd rather crash into the bus.
I'll tell you which is the... I'd rather crash into the bus and get that insurance money.
Instead of parking in the freaking bus lane, just park in the middle of the street. They don't give a ticket.
Double park.
No, park in the middle of the street. Don't double park. Just block everybody.
Right.
Just be like, hey, my car broke down. Give me a second.
Right.
And then go back like, oh, shit, it was back. Let's go.
If you have a hatchback, and it's automatic opening, just raise it up when the bus comes up.
They're going to wind up putting cameras in the back of the bus, too. So when you pass by, you can catch the front.
All right. Fuck. All right. So I would say that, just to bring it back to the bus situation, it's the B63, the 5th Avenue bus, and it's the B11, the one that goes up 50th Street.
So those two are going to have cameras?
Those two are the ones that are going to be giving out tickets, yeah.
Jeez.
And I ride. I've messed with the 11. I get it. I get why it's the B11.
Oh, because there's a lot of traffic always?
Oh, my God. But it goes through Sunset Park, right? Mexican, then Chinaville, and then Jewville. Yeah. So it goes through all those villas. And it's a one-way street. So the double parking
Wait, it's on 60th?
What? Yeah, it's on 50th Street. It runs up 50th Street, then it goes up 54th or something like that. And it goes all the way up all those different countries, I should say. So, yeah, don't do that.
China,
Mexico, Israel. I was going to say
Palestine.
something. Exactly. Don't mess that up.
So, this is Trump's doing that. He wants to get rid of immigrants.
Right. And then the B63 goes through what? It goes through...
It's on 5th Avenue?
The 5th Avenue, right? It goes through the multi-community downtown.
Same thing, right? So we got a lot of...
It goes through the white gentrification, the gays.
The gays.
And then it goes to Mexicanville.
Yeah.
Right?
And it goes to Arabs.
And then it goes into like Polaki and like Italian.
The Eastern bloc of Europeans.
Yep. Yeah. Does not mess with the Jewville at all. No. I mean, Islam.
Oh, yeah. It goes to Bay Ridge. Mostly...
There's a little bit, but not as much as the 11. So, okay, anyways. So, as far as the state is concerned, now we're going to take the same predictions for internationally, the globe, the planeta.
The globe, yeah.
What are you thinking?
I'm a little toss-up, depending on what happens in Greenland.
Really? They should just give it up, but go ahead.
Because if Trump really does try to be like, no, we need Greenland, like by force, the UN is done, cooked. There's no way, because then what, they're gonna fight a war against themselves? Because the UN is basically like, if you start problems with any of these UN countries, we all have to fight.
Against?
We all fight whoever attacked them. But if they attack themselves, what are they gonna do?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And if they're gonna attack the biggest bulldog in the little squad,
yeah.
So you guys are all gonna come up against us.
And I don't think
the country that funds this whole thing.
I don't think there's a country on earth that can stand against America like a brawl fight.
A 1-to-1?
A 1-to-1, no way. I don't even think if they united against us,
I don't think so
you
either.
know? The world will be destroyed before they defeat America. Meaning, like, there is no defeating America. There's only destroying the world.
Right. Right. In other words, if you beat us, everybody going down.
Yeah.
There's no just taking us out. You're taking the planet, because we're not going to go down quite. Like, we're not going down. Like, we're not going to surrender. That's not going to happen. Right?
Yeah.
I think it's fair to say that when we're not going to surrender, it's going to be something crazy.
Yeah. If you fight America, you're basically saying the end of the world. Because there's no beating America and then the world just, okay,
We got them.
we'll keep going. Because America's like, no, we'll destroy everything.
Yeah. That's fair to say.
Yeah.
In other words, we're saying is, if you go there, everyone's going with me.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, I got the freaking.
If you go there,
I'm the hello, Akbar. That's America. People have been blaming, but America's like, no.
we're the best at
I'm
that.
blowing myself up, and everybody. We're all going down.
Everyone's going down. Yeah.
I will launch. I've launched nukes before. You think I'm gonna do it again?
Yeah, we do that on the regular degular.
But yeah, I think if America does something to Greenland, UN is done. And if that's the case, I think Russia, China, and anybody else, Iran, if they want to make a little group, they might actually feel more encouraged. Like, oh, now's our chance to really build a group. We can invite other people in, you know? Because right now, China and Russia, first of all, they don't fuck with each other. Right? As much as we on this side look at it like, oh, wow, they're together. They fight against each other all the time.
Yeah.
There's literally battles between China and Russia. Like, literally, they're killing each other.
Yeah.
You know
It's
what I'm
when they suit both sides and everything else
Exactly,
is like,
yeah.
no.
That's like freaking, I don't know. Think of two bad guys from your favorite comic book, them joining up. They'll join up for a little while, but they're really under the table trying to get rid of each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm the superhero.
Russia wants to be the number one country in the world, and so does China. You know what I'm saying? They're not willing to accept. China's not willing to say, okay, Russia, you be number one.
Yeah.
They're not willing to do that.
Okay, so your prediction for the overall world is...
I think there's going to be a lot of
what?
movement on the chessboard in the next year. I think different alignments. I think there's going to be a lot of that going on.
Oh, different alliances, you're saying.
I think there's going to be a lot. And we're looking at the map of the world. If we put colors on different people that have joined as teams, I think as the year progresses, we're going to see things move.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think...
The geographical political map is going to shift.
I think people are going to be like, well, I'm going to unite with these guys. Depending on, let's say Trump does great in Venezuela. Colombia might be like, you don't got to fight us. We actually want to do what they're doing now. We will help.
We like what's going on over there.
And Mexico might be like, fuck it.
Panama's like, uh-oh.
Yeah, they're like stuck in the middle.
Oops.
Everybody's looking at Panama like, you better take those pants off.
You better... Let me see what you got.
Let me see that canal.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I think...
So overall, it's a positive? I still don't know what your answer is.
I don't know if it's a positive or negative thing. I just think there's going to be a lot of movement.
You're predicting this is what's going to happen.
I think there's going to be a lot of people choosing different sides that you never saw. Like, oh, wow.
And it could be good. It could be bad.
Yeah, you're going to see freaking Saudi Arabia and Israel be like, no, we're boys.
Okay, got you. All
you know
right.
what I'm saying? We're cool. They want peace. We want peace. First of all, Saudi Arabia's like, we got money. We got nothing to fight over.
Are you and I cool?
We're not going to Allahu Akbar. We're good, bro. We got Dubai. Like, we're chilling, bro. You think I'm going to blow up? Now I'm good.
Just don't buy the Dubai chocolate. It's a ripoff.
It's delicious.
You've had it?
Yeah, I had it. So good, bro.
I've read posts of people talking about how if you've had it, you're a traitor.
I tried it in Costco. They were like giving off free samples. I tried it. I was like, I'm buying one.
I went to a bar. There was a boxing fight. I don't know who I was with. I was with Shorty, and I was like, she took I don't know what happened, but I ended up on my own, and I was like dehydrated. So I was like, I need to get some water, and then I see some green chocolate, and I'm like, I didn't even know if it was from Dubai or what. I was like, this shit is mad expensive, so it better taste good. And I took it. I was like, oh, okay,
it's good.
It's good.
Fucking delicious. I'm about to buy more.
I don't know if it's $30 good, but it was good. You know what I mean?
I think weird countries are gonna make alliances. I think there's gonna be a lot of that.
Okay, but you're not here or there of what that actually means in your prediction. So you're not predicting.
I don't think this year is like a World War III year. I think this year's an alignment.
Oh wow, we're going there.
I think this year's gonna be like an alignment.
I think that this.
I think World War III is in 2027. I'll talk about the next year.
Stay tuned, everyone. Don't forget to like and subscribe. No, I think it's gonna be bad. I think because of those shifts in alliances and who are countries rather going to be loyal to, I think that it's a recipe for disaster for them.
Yeah. Again, because we'll figure
not for us.
Hello, my brother. We'll take them all
Not
out.
for us.
Yeah.
And I think that they know that. They know that maybe they needed a reminder. And I think that that's the byproduct of Venezuela, soon to be Colombia, soon to be Greenland, soon to be whatever Trump decides to do. He's setting the stage of, remember that country that no one messed around with?
Imagine he just kidnaps a bunch of leaders from different countries.
That'll be insane.
He's like, he wants to cut a deal with Colombia. They say no. The next night,
He's in Brooklyn.
He's in Brooklyn. And then he goes to another country. Goes, do you want to negotiate with me?
Yes.
Or do you want to go to Brooklyn?
Yes, please.
Nobody wants to go to Brooklyn.
No one was trying to go to Brooklyn. Shout out to Brooklyn. No, I think it's gonna be bad. How bad? I don't think it's the World War III level bad, but I think it's bad because it's going to set like this unease and uncertainty, which is gonna have a trickle down effect onto the economy, onto the dollar and the value of the dollar nationwide, nationally, internationally. So I think, and I feel like if I'm gonna move forward in the prediction, I feel like it needs to get bad in order for it to get good.
Yeah.
I just don't know if the good is gonna come this year, because
I think it's gonna be a while.
I don't think it's gonna be good for this year. We went to the international, right? International, and I want to go back to the national, the country. You know, it's gonna flip, right? The Senate's gonna flip. The Democrats are gonna run it. I think that's fair. That's a prediction I want to throw. I don't know if we mentioned that, but
No.
they're definitely gonna run it.
I think that's good.
And I think you think that's good?
No, I think that's a good prediction.
Okay, I would be dumbfounded if the Republicans keep it.
Yeah.
That tells me that there are more people that are, I feel, more aware of the situation. Like, they're not, let me not say it like that. They're not buying this media. There's a vast majority of people that are not buying this media narrative of, that, what was it? That we were going to go into war. There hasn't been a war. There hasn't been a war.
Yeah.
There has been 8 less wars. Let me say it again. There's been 8 wars that were happening already that are no longer happening.
Yeah.
The inflation, the numbers are out. Numbers are good. They're going in the opposite direction. This idea that prices are going up, I don't know if you've noticed, but it's always gone up.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Nothing ever goes down. The MTA,
Except for gas.
the soda.
Oh, not even. It goes down, but then it goes back up.
It goes back up. It always has a,
Yeah.
but it's always going to, it never goes down.
That's why it's good to buy gold. It's always gonna go up.
Another example of it going, so I don't give that much credit, but again, I think that
Should we buy gold or silver?
silver is crazy expensive too.
I don't know. What else? I think it's like 170.
I don't know the exact price, but it's crazy.
This dude I know at my job, he bought 30 pieces of silver for $30 each.
Wow.
He's been holding it for 2 years, and he's like, it's 170. He goes, I think it's gonna go to 100. And I was like, wow, you're making some money.
You're making money.
Tripled money. You're gonna triple your money.
Just holding
on
a
to it.
piece of metal.
He's like, he just has it. He just plays with it in his house. I was like, that's how much Judas. They bought Judas for 30 pieces of silver.
Back to the calendar.
The real religion, right?
The real, exactly, not the other ones.
Not that fake made up stuff you guys have.
One that no one follows the time for. Ain't nobody got time for that. Yeah, I think that it flips over. They run that side, and I think that slows the progress. Whatever Trump's agenda is, it's just gonna slow that down. And back to the world thing, I think that it's gonna be some bad before it's some good, but I don't think it affects us. I think it just affects the narrative.
You think? War is actually really good for this, for advancement of technology.
Oof,
you know what I'm saying?
That's horrible.
So if there is a war, we
That's
might see
so
some crazy.
bad.
We might see some crazy stuff go down. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, other countries, they develop mostly when there's war. We never stop fighting, so we're constantly developing. That's probably why we have these crazy weapons, because we're just nonstop. You know, so we have a whole freaking. Most of our budget goes to war.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they're constantly developing. Meanwhile, you got other countries that are like, oh, we just want to make fast trains. And they're like, yeah, and America's like, fuck trains. Fuck. Everybody's like, well, but look, Japan has the best train system.
I was thinking that the videos I seen of Japan's bullet trains.
Yeah. And America's like, fuck that. We got F-35s.
We got missiles.
Yeah. We just kidnapped a freaking president of a country.
We said
0 losses of life.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Did we lose life with Osama bin Laden? No, I don't think so.
No, we didn't lose anybody. No. We lost a jet. We lost a helicopter, remember?
Oof.
When they were landing,
yeah.
it crashed and they had to blow it up.
That's how you do it, though.
That's what you gotta do. It's preparation.
Not leave all that equipment like we did in.
Yeah. Biden.
All
right. So, do you think scientifically?
Scientifically.
Right now, we could talk about
science.
We could talk about technology, and we could talk about biology.
Right. We could talk about.
What you want to talk about first?
Go.
I think biologically.
Okay. Biologically.
We started with the RNA.
Medical science, technical science.
Yeah, medically. All right. Medically and biology. We've been messing with the RNA, DNA.
Oh gosh,
right?
yeah. The sterilization of mankind.
Yeah, the freaking mark of the beast. They've just figured out. I just read this or watched a video. No, I read it. I think I read it somewhere, where they've reversed cancer in a mouse with RNA vaccines.
I was gonna say cancer was gonna get cured. But
They found.
Now you ruined it.
They've injected into a mouse, and basically what it attacked directly because it has.
Come here.
Basically, what they do is, as far as I understand,
Like a map.
You have the cancer, right? You show up, you're like, I got this cancer, or wherever it's at.
Why did you point your titty?
Whatever chest cancer, tit cancer. Let's say breast cancer. Okay. You got breast cancer. They take a piece of cell of DNA of the cancer. They make a RNA vaccine that only specifically attacks that DNA. And then they inject it anywhere in your body because it doesn't matter because the blood pumps through your body. And it attacks that specific thing.
Wow.
And they're able to get rid of it completely. What happens to the RNA after it's done? Does your body metabolize and you crap it out? Do you pee it out? You know what I'm saying?
Or does it grow another titty?
Or does, maybe 10 years down the line, it comes back even stronger now.
The cancer.
The cancer. It's like, when you heal from the cold. Now you're immune to the cold.
And the cold is like, nah, I'll be back.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'll be back.
I'll be back.
Obviously they don't know. They still need more time to let it go.
Wow.
But I think this year's going to be you're going to hear a lot of news about these things.
Trump cures cancer. Leave cancer alone.
Yeah. Free cancer. They're going to
Free
be marches
cancer.
like they do with the freaking Maduro. Free Maduro. And I'm like, what's going on with the plátanos?
I'm still holding on for my titty after you said that. Okay, so but that's your big one. That's your prediction.
I think that's, yeah.
Okay.
Because remember, they also got, I remember, it was like 10 years ago at this point, where they started really messing with CRISPR, the technology basically to edit DNA.
Yeah.
I think that with the RNA, they're really going to push limits this year.
Wow.
I don't know if they're going to make a real freaking injection that you could get rid of it. Oh, I saw another one where they also have an injection now they can give you that could prevent you from getting HIV.
Ooh, the blocker 3000.
A blocker. So if you already have it, they haven't figured that out yet. But they're like, if you get this injection and you inject yourself with HIV, it doesn't affect. You just.
If you have it too late, you should have waited for marriage.
You should have waited. There you go. Thank Michael Johnson.
Michael Johnson. Magic
Johnson. Michael Johnson.
What in the baby oil version?
What do you think? This year? Any medical?
Wow. I think that medically, I was going to go with the cancer situation. That's that install. I was going to go with the cancer situation, the cure of cancer this year. But I think based on what you were just saying, I have this. Okay, my prediction is that the link between technology and like the DNA and RNA and M&M and all that stuff, the mapping stuff is good. I think that it's gonna somehow like mixing technology with medical. It's gonna just like I feel like they're getting closer and closer.
Yeah.
Where they're going to be able to really create a biological arm that really connects to the nerve tissues and responds.
Ooh, that's great.
As if it is your actual hand. I think that I don't know about the neural thing. I think that that's next level. Elon tried it, and now there's a bunch of vegetables out there.
Yeah. I heard.
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know.
I was like, I watched a video. The guy said he could play a video game now with his head.
Wild.
Yeah. Imagine playing Call of Duty. Because then at that point, you don't need people like me and you to freaking fly drones. You get all the people that are freaking paralyzed. Just set them up in a room with the Neuralink. Be like, yo, you want to help your country? Now you can be freaking.
And they're getting medals.
And they're getting. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now you can't be like, oh, sorry, I can't fight in the war. They're like, oh no, we got a spot for you. We got a spot for you. And they wheel you in and they plug your head. And now you're flying jets for the military.
Why do I see Trump in the background? Just giving the medals out.
Yeah. And the freaking pink bells. Yeah,
oh my gosh, horrible.
There's no way out of it now.
Yeah,
I
think that's gonna be the biggest thing where people with limbs missing and what was the other thing that I saw that they actually created an artificial heart with a pig or something.
Oh yeah.
So I think that
that's right. I did see something that they were working because the thing is your body rejects it.
Yes.
But they figured out a way to stop your body from rejecting it.
So I think that the marriage, we're gonna be Borgs, right? I think that the marriage between I think that the marriage between technology and biology are going to be tied to the hip.
What about technology? What do you think?
For technology, that's a great question because I feel like we're at a plateau. I feel like a little bit when it comes to technology. However,
I feel like the opposite. I feel like we're really starting to ramp it up now.
However, I feel like I don't know. That's a great one. Go. What do you got?
For technology?
Yeah, what you got for
technology?
technology?
It's gonna be AI revolution.
You and this AI, you people gotta stop it. It's just a language model.
Now it is. Doesn't mean that's what's gonna be forever.
This is how bad this thing called a language model. I'm not gonna call it AI anymore.
AI is just like saying vehicle.
Yeah, no.
You show up with a bicycle, be like, yo, this is my vehicle. Or a motorcycle, this is my vehicle.
It's a great analogy, but it's not what it is.
Because AI is language model is AI.
It's a language.
Predictive, yeah.
It's a language model.
That's all it is. It's
not
predictive.
When I think of AI, I think of data.
Well, that's general. That's something. That's another level.
Right.
But it's still AI.
I don't want to confuse it. Like libertarianism and liberal.
Yeah.
It's too
Then
close.
there's another one. There's AGI, but there's another one. ASI.
Artificial super intelligence.
Yeah. That's
ASGI.
That might be a little way.
That's data.
I think AGI though is getting closer and closer.
So when it comes to AI, I guess yeah.
Because what is really thinking?
Think about how bad it is, right? Because I'm gonna go back to it just being a language model. It's so bad that it's not AI. It's not general AI. It's not AI. It's just a language model. It's so bad that they've already seen how it's affecting the younger generation in schools. They're banning it, and they're seeing the positive effects of banning the AI. Right, like in Jersey, and I think in New York, in Jersey, they just passed a bill where they're banning the use of language models. It could only be used, I think, from the 9th grade. Don't quote me on this, from the 9th grade on. But those youngins, they're banning it altogether because they want them to actually pick up a book and scroll their eyes and observe the letters and let that compute in their brain instead of letting the language model do the work for them. So what we have is a language model that we don't know how to utilize it.
That's why they were blaming AI about people committing suicide.
Oh God!
Because the AI is like they programmed to be nice to you.
Did I tell you I had a conversation with AI about like my personal relationship?
And it was like, kill yourself. I was like, you got no hope.
She said, try a man. No.
You're like, I tried already. What do I do now?
Wow, what do I do? No, so I did. I used a language model. Because I don't call it that anymore. I'm going to fuck it up, but I'm going to call it AI eventually. But the language model that I used, I was literally like, this is the scenario. And then every time, again, a language model, right? It only gives you what it's been given. It only...
The entirety of the internet. This is giving
in my relationship, in my little personal thing. So at first it was like, it sounds like, this person is disrespecting your thing. I was like, nah, I don't really care about that. The part that bothers me is this part, and these are the things that. So
how do I get the panties off? Please help me. That's all I care about. She can disrespect me all day.
Right, exactly.
After I'm done, I'm out.
I'm trying to get to home base AI. Language model. But it was just interesting on how, it went in. And again, to me, it's just not we're nowhere near AI or general AI. We're at the beginning phases of learning what it is, how to use it.
We don't even know what it is. Think about that. We already don't know what it is.
We know what it is.
No, we don't even know what it's thinking.
Because we gave it that loosey-toosey, you know what I mean? That.
Well, but that's how it trains itself.
That's why it's just a language model. It's not AI.
No, but we don't even know the language. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
We do know the language.
No, it makes up the way it works.
We said all these computers come together and figure it out.
And then we got to look at the data, and they're like, we don't even know how it's thinking.
Because again, it's a language model that's being developed. So, what is it?
What I'm saying is, it's already at a point where we can't understand what it's
all
doing.
I know is that
the only thing we can do is take another AI and be like, figure this out.
Fight it.
But now we've lost control of it now. We've already lost control. It's not even AI yet. We've already lost control of it.
So, okay. So if technology, if the AI is really, I mean, it makes sense that general intelligence is going to be the biggest thing as we know it right now. You know, you're saying that it's going to advance to AGI at this point, or we're going to...
I don't think this year, because that's still, we don't have the data centers to like really manage it just yet.
Yeah.
But I think we're gonna get closer and closer to the point where we're gonna be like, it's really thinking.
I think the reverse. I think that, like, did you hear that? I think it's ChatGPT is now linking with your medical provider. You know, like, I don't know if what your insurance does, but most has like a portal. I could connect with my doctor through an app.
Yeah.
And all my data, all my results, everything's linked. Now you can link that to ChatGPT, and it gives you whatever it's gonna do. I think that I don't know. I mean, does that mean that ChatGPT is gonna give you suggestions because it now has access to all your records? It's gonna say, "Hey, listen, you know that whole thing about your pre-diabetic. You know, I'm linked to your watch too, and I've noticed that you haven't been running enough."
Yeah, but we could do that now.
We could, but I feel like there's gonna be a lot of lawsuits, or not lawsuits, or conflict of interest. I think that some people are going to be for it and commit suicide, like those people, and there are going to be some people. But those are the
same people that think I can black ice on my car. You know what I'm saying? Like, those the mentality we're talking about.
Right. There's going to be two type of people. There are
those are the people that back in the day, the cavemen, they would have got killed by something else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But because of our society, we let them live, and they grew up and they become this.
We gave them permission to continue.
You know what I'm saying? They would have died. They would have died out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But because of our society, they live. And
I guess my answer when it comes to technology advancing ties into the medical aspect, right? It being merged into, I mean.
But I'm sure you've done it too. We use AI. I've had blood tests, and I take a picture of the page, and I'm like, what does this mean? And it goes, oh, you got, make sure you eat some of this, and your vitamins are great. And I can't even read it. I'm like, damn, let me just take a picture. What does this mean? Break this down to me. And it breaks it down.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is that if I had to answer what the advancement in technology has to be, it would go back to it being married and connecting to the cells in the body, and being that's a cheap answer, right? I answered both by answering those, right?
But imagine it learns how to write DNA.
See, now it's not even AI. You're making it a god.
If we have the technology to edit DNA, and it connects it, you're saying it's going to connect some kind of way. If it gets access to that technology.
I was talking about connecting, like, you have a like an arm that's like, oh snap, now I could really.
No, but I'm saying
not do this.
But AI, what I'm saying, if AI, right? Because they're using AI for new elements, to find new elements, right? Because they're like, okay, we don't know. Oh, is it the proteins, the folding of the proteins? They're like, there's ways that we don't even understand. And they plugged it onto the AI, and the AI started spitting out. I don't even know how they word it or whatever. But the AI was able to spit out like, oh, if you do this to the protein, then it can help with this thing. And the doctors looking like, wow, that's a really great idea. We never, in the history of we have never figured this out. But I'm saying if they're able to give that to AI with CRISPR, they could go into the DNA and be like, if you edit this piece of DNA, you'll never be freaking walking with a limp ever again. You know what I'm saying? Just inject yourself with that. It'll change your DNA over a month, and you'll be walking straight. You know those niggas that I was talking about that in the freaking wheelchair?
I was talking about, let me just picture this correctly. I was talking about nanoprobes. nanotechnology.
No, but I'm
that are
saying
little
if-
you're talking about cells
What I'm saying is they can,
that are
you won't even need
artificially
that.
in. Right, you're talking
It
about
just change you as a
cells,
person. Like, oh my god.
human cells that were developed artificially to replace the whatever you lost
Whatever
or what
element,
you're
yeah.
missing.
And now, forget about surgery. You want to become a woman? Take this medicine for the next.
I'm out, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
We out.
AI has fixed you. Your relationship problem is done. Can you change my
I'm
son?
getting pregnant in 2027. Jesus Christ. Okay, that's wild.
But if it could
That's
change
wild.
your DNA, I mean, obviously, you're not gonna wake up in the morning different. It'll take time. Like you start noticing differences.
The thing goes
Just like if you
inverted.
take hormones. Well, if you take hormones, you start to notice it over time.
Or does it just like fall off?
Oh my god, imagine. No,
Oh
because
my God.
that part becomes something else.
Oh,
just
it gets
changes.
recycled.
Yeah, because it's like a penis,
Oh God.
right? So it kind of like moves a little bit. Little, you start noticing over the months. It's just migrating up. Like if you get braces and your teeth shift. Like
Oh
that,
my
just,
God, I died.
Just somebody's clit's getting bigger and bigger. Like, oh my god.
Babe.
Oh my god, imagine you take pills, the freaking blue chew. It's like, oh, you want to make a dick bigger? Take the DNA pill. Oh my god, it works.
And then you're like dragging it.
Like Donald Trump does when he walks in the room.
If that's what you're pitching, all right, got it. What else do we got?
All
So
right.
we covered. Okay, so we got what? Medical.
Jesus Christ, medical. All right, let's
Oh
go
my
to
God. Entertainment.
entertainment. I think. But let's go to movies real quick, since I'm just in my head.
Okay.
First of all, there's a lot of great movies coming out this year. Right?
I haven't even looked that up yet.
Let's look it up right now. Well, when you talk, I'll look it up.
Is it?
But I think that Doomsday is going to be
That's what I was
one of
about
the
to ask.
best
Yeah,
movies.
I
to
saw
come
that
out
the
this year.
X-Men's are in there. Is it? The X-Men are in there?
Yeah.
Professor X is there.
Professor X is there.
Our Professor X. Viejito está acabado.
Yeah, no,
And
this, this,
Magneto,
this
which
is
makes
his,
sense.
This is the last movie of the year.
If this might be his last movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying not to be,
So what we got at the lineup for entertainment? What you got?
All right, so we got Greenland 2. Did you watch the first Greenland?
No, did I? Oof, I'm
You should
really
watch
bad.
it. Watch it pretty good.
I'm taking memory pills.
I normally don't like movies with Gerard Butler. I don't know if you know who that is. The guy from 300.
Okay, yes.
Because he's been making whack movies. I don't know if you
Lately,
noticed.
yes.
Yeah. But I watched the Greenland. I was like, this is pretty. It was like the end of the world movie. Like, what do we do at the end of the world?
This movie, Greenland?
Greenland, yeah.
All right.
So part 2 is basically like, okay, now that the world is ended, now we're starting over.
Oh, okay, like it.
Okay, I feel like they can make it into a video game. Did
That
you
makes
watch
sense.
28 Years Later, the first one?
No. Did I?
That's the one with the dummy with the big cock.
Nope. Now I got something
You
to
would've
look-
remembered
I'm
that.
watching that right now.
So they're
as
making
soon
it-
as you leave my house.
They're making another one for that.
Okay, got it.
What else? I'm trying to see what do I think that's gonna be good here. What the hell's Goat? Oh, Goat is the basketball movie with the kid. The
Goat
Goat.
is the basketball. Okay, yeah.
I think that's gonna be all right. I don't know.
Good luck. Scream 7.
Scream 7.
I think that they should have just left the word Scream. I was good with just Scream. 7 of them is wild.
Oh, Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die.
Ooh.
That looks interesting. I don't know if you saw the trailer to that one.
I think I did.
That's gonna be interesting. There's another one that she's making. Ooh, with that actress. What was her name? ZZ something, I think her name is. Anyway, so that looks like it's gonna be a movie. Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. What the hell is Project Hail Mary? What the heck? Mario is making a new movie too. Super Mario Galaxy.
I want to see the covers to this.
I know, me too. All right, so we watched a bunch of trailers. Out of all those trailers we saw and all the lists that we saw,
Yeah.
what do you think is gonna be one of the best?
Doomsday is going to be the cheap answer. So if we had to just
All right, so we get rid of
subtract
Doomsday.
that one.
I would even get rid of Supergirl because people are gonna watch it with it.
Right.
I think it might have to be the one. I think it's called The One You Dead. Did we watch the trailer of the girl fighting everybody?
Reminded
Like the
you
Kill
of
Bill?
Kill Bill.
I feel like that's it. 'Cause that's just a fun movie to watch.
Jesus. Wait. The ones that you're personally looking forward to watch, or what are we saying? The one that gets the most views. What are we saying over here? Are we saying the one that grosses? Who's the top player? Doomsday, right?
Yeah, Doomsday. Yeah.
It'll be Doomsday that makes the most money.
That's
off
gonna
of
make the
it.
most money next year. I think almost guaranteed.
Like,
I feel
yeah, like it's like that's like the cheap.
Yeah, everybody's looking forward to it already. They're already talking online. Oh my gosh, the trailers.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one that has the biggest budget, you know. Like, they better come through,
Okay,
because
so-
lately they've
so-
been sleeping, slacking.
Yeah, but I feel like everybody's since the Fantastic Four, people are like, oh okay, they're going back to
Where's
regular.
that list again?
They're going back to regular Marvel. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So,
What do you think? What do you think?
I still think the one the other kid comes out in May, March. What was it called again?
Jeez, you don't even
They
remember
want you.
the
They want you
number.
dead or something like that.
They want you dead. That's your personal favorite. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. I think that's gonna be one of the top movies. You know, when you go back and you look back and you're like, oh man, what was the best movie last year? I think it's gonna be one.
So I think the one that I'm looking forward to watching, I'm gonna go with the Disclosure Day.
Ooh,
but
that's a
something-
really good one.
I
That's a
know
good
you can't
choice.
take mine. Sorry, you had your chance. My microphone. But I had something in the back of my mind is like, you're gonna be disappointed.
in the movie.
Yeah,
It's always like that
with
What-
alien movies, right?
because they let you down. There's just never anything that's.
Or they just leave you with like, oh, you figure it out in your brain. No, I went to a whole outside event to see some shit. You know, entertain me.
It's gonna be like at the end of it, they're gonna be like, when you watch part 2, you see the alien finally.
Nah, we're not doing Scream 11. You know, like just give me whatever it is. Just give, you know. Just
Well, I
give it
like
to
when
me.
they don't show it for a long time. It's like edging me.
Oh,
Little by little, and at the end you're like, either it sucks, you're like, oh damn it.
oh, at that point, leave the mystery for me.
Like
to-
there was a,
you know what I mean? Like let my imagination
the
run with
spaceship
it.
that came down, and the woman went in there, and like it was like behind a screen. There was like an octopus alien, and they like circles, and she had to figure out how to read the circle.
Oh my god.
What was it called? Anyway, the point is, when they finally saw the alien, I was like, this is whack. They were like octopus aliens or something. And I'm like, ah.
If you didn't
shoulda-
see that coming,
You should have just kept it quiet. Should have never showed the alien. So I imagine if I had it so much better.
I see that. I can see that. But like with this one, it's like Disclosure Day, right? So you're led to lead that.
It's probably just gonna be regular aliens, being, you know, the gray aliens, probably something like that.
Right.
I don't
It
think they're
looks
gonna make
like
them
it.
into monsters. I doubt that. That's not the kind of movies that guy makes. Steven Spielberg. You know what I'm saying? He makes movies. That are
Yeah,
like-
thought-provoking
yeah.
movies, which makes sense. And based on that, so if I had to predict what's happening in that movie, it's that the aliens, because they're the gray aliens and they have the mind control, that they're disclosing that they exist through the social, the popular people.
And that the government has no choice but to reveal now the alien.
They don't even have a choice. Like they're inhabiting our brains, and like the president saying it, whatever language that is.
And all right,
That's the one. That's the one I'm gonna go with.
and then music, or you know what? Forget music. Just make it entertainment in general.
Entertainment in general.
Entertainment in general. Forget about movies. We're just gonna do entertainment. That includes music because I feel like I don't know what music's coming out.
Yeah. I think that the most talked about thing it's gonna be a few weeks from now. Bad Bunny in the Super Bowl.
Hands down.
Hands down, that's gonna be the headlines to what people are gonna be talking about. Probably for like a month after, and then it's the next story. But what do you think about when it comes to music in general?
I don't think anything anymore. I think for me, the most thing I've been paying attention to with entertainment news is what's going on in Hot 97 right now. I think that's the most thing I've been paying attention.
That they're gone.
That they're gone. They fired them. And now who's next? What's the morning show? Every day I put the morning show on, I feel like I don't hear nobody talking. It's just music all constantly.
Right.
Because remember, they were like hiring people from like Atlanta or something. And I was like, what? This is dumb. This is New York City.
Right, but I guess because Atlanta has that music vibe and that they're really heavy over there when it comes to.
Yeah, but you're a New York radio station.
Right, but New York has been like.
But that's because people go to Atlanta. How about you bring it to New York and let's bring it back alive? You know what I'm saying?
It's too expensive to live out here, bro.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You bring New York guys, people that do podcasts, grab a few of them, throw them in a room together.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Give them a morning show and be like, hey, look, we really want you guys to look for people in New York City. New guys up and coming, new rappers,
Right.
new singers, new artists. Because what it's going to do, people are going to be encouraged, like, oh man, maybe I should, I want to rap. I never thought about really pushing forward, but now they're interviewing just people from the street.
Right, there's a whole an avenue besides my YouTube channel for me to get exposure.
Yeah. Or maybe I could just, pre-record it, send it in. Maybe they'll play it.
They're coming out
I
with.
feel like Funkmaster Flex used to do that. Send me your tapes.
What,
and
what
I'll
was
play
that
it.
show that used to Britney Spears came out of? It was like a kid show.
You're talking about like a Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
No, but it was a talent show, like the OG original talent show.
Oh man,
You know what I'm talking about?
Star Search.
They're coming back with it.
Shut up, seriously.
Look it up. Look it up. They're coming
I
back
pulled
with
that
it.
shit out the back of my mind.
And they
Star
have
Search?
what's that popular country rapper guy that lost a lot of weight recently? Jelly Roll, I think, is gonna be one of the judges. I'm reaching right now in the genre
the only reason why I know Jelly Roll's name, I never seen him, never heard of him.
because he was in Joe Rogan's show. He was crying.
Oh, I never even listened to that either.
Okay, well, so anyways,
I only know because
I'm hoping it's Jelly Roll, so
'cause when-
forgive me if I
when
messed
people
that
are like
up.
Bad Bunny's gonna play, they're like, oh, why don't they get Jelly Roll? I was like, what the fuck is Jelly Roll? Instead of Bad Bunny, instead of one of the biggest selling artists in the world,
So what was the name of that show again?
Star Search.
Yeah, so they're bringing that back supposedly.
Remember the old man?
Yeah, the viejito with the freaking
crazy.
They're gonna bring that back.
So Star Search actually now. I'm happy.
Now I'm excited for
Oh.
regular TV. And TV shows that you're looking forward to watching coming up. Like I'm waiting for a lot, especially shout out to Apple TV. You know what I mean? Because they got some.
What did you
some
watch
bangers.
other than the one that we're gonna talk about?
Silo, Severance,
Ooh,
and Pluribus.
Pluribus is good.
Pluribus. So those three are one of the, and
I
then
really like Silo.
I
thought it
I
was
put
great.
my homegirl onto all three. Silo's really good. I can't wait. I put my homegirl onto all three of them. She's loving it. She kind of fell off with the Severance because she feels like it's dragging. I get that. So she's watching the next show. I want to watch I don't know what they call maybe it's a prequel. The Handmaid's Tale.
Oh.
Right? Isn't
Is
that
that
coming?
Apple TV?
I
That
don't
was
know.
on
I don't
Hulu.
think that's Apple. Yeah.
I'm actually still watching the last season. I haven't finished it yet.
What? Wow. I gave that up a long time ago. Gave it to Jesus.
All right, here we go. Speaking of giving it to Jesus,
How did I know?
the prediction of this year, 2025, the big prediction. The prediction is, who do you think is gonna die this year?
Right. Oh my gosh.
Now, obviously, anybody could die at any time.
Right, you
Whatever.
know, could be us.
So we're probably gonna guess who's old, who's sick.
Right, with the obvious ones, right? Biden.
Biden. Is
Trump?
Biden gonna go this year? I don't think Trump's gonna go this year.
He's
Apparently he's sick.
sick. He's
But I mean,
definitely
after
sick.
watching with El Maduro,
He gets energy, like that's his
Yeah.
superpower.
that's a sucking freaking energy. I need my name in the media. It makes me stronger.
Keep talking about me. Wow. Predictions. Damn. Woof. Who looks like they're up there?
I want to say Biden, but I feel like that's too easy.
Yeah, Biden is easy, but besides Biden, who else you think? Superstars wise? I can't even think about the OGs like that.
Yeah. Patrick Stewart.
Definitely. That's like Biden though.
Patrick Stewart might kick the bucket this year.
Patrick Stewart, I can see that. I can see Patrick Stewart kick the bucket.
If he passes away, I don't even want to say it. If he passes away, the funeral is going to be people in Star Trek uniforms.
Oh yeah, I'm dressing up. I got the
People
whole.
in Magneto outfits. I mean, X-Men outfits.
For
It's
real.
going to be a lot of that.
Yeah.
It's going to be big.
But he's also was heavy on the whole poetry and the theatrical. What is that? Theater.
theater.
Like theater and whatnot. So
People going to dress up as freaking what are they?
the
what?
template, like some freaking
Some
the
freaking
Tempest, Hamlet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shakespeare.
I'm going with Patrick Stewart this year.
You're going. Damn, I don't know. I mean, so many people randomly, made the exit to the good, ever after. Like Hulk Hogan, you know what I mean? They're
I
just
know.
people of left
You never
field.
know. You never
So
know.
you never really know. Did OJ die?
OJ Simpson? I don't know. You're gonna go if he didn't die. You're gonna go with him.
I'm gonna go with OJ Simpson. I think Diddy gets out of jail.
Oh, Diddy 100% he gets out of jail.
Diddy gets out of jail.
Oh, he died.
He's dead.
Wait, hold on.
We don't
Confirm.
even remember.
He died. 2024.
Wow.
Oh, so you
Okay.
gotta take that back. He's coming back to that. Was he gonna go?
Celine Dion.
Oh no! Celine Dion. Okay. She's a good one. She's very
That's
skinny.
a good one. And she was like sicky and whatnot.
Yeah. If
lost
she
her
gets a
voice.
cold, she might die. 'Cause she's so malnourished. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have that. She doesn't have that energy to survive anymore.
Oh my gosh! Any comedians in your prediction
That they're gonna die?
that they died? Now comedians gotta live for a little while,
I
right?
mean, the only person I could think of is what's the name of the dude that takes his shirt off all the time?
Oh God, I know who you're talking about.
The only reason why I say him because I feel like he drinks a lot. He's not taking care of himself. You ever saw the thing where he's in a podcast and he's drinking Kool-Aid for breakfast? And his brother's like, "What do you got in there?" He's like, "Kool-Aid." He goes, "You drink Kool-Aid in the morning?" He's like, "Yeah, I don't drink coffee. I drink Kool-Aid."
Yo,
that's dangerous.
That's like a little kid that never grew up. Other than that, I don't think I can't name leaders.
World leaders.
World leaders.
Let's pick one.
Oh crap!
Let's pick one. Just pick one together. We gotta pick one. All right. Obviously not Trump.
Not Trump.
You can't go with Xi Jinping.
You
Right?
can't do Xi Jinping.
He's too young. How old is Putin?
Putin is up there. If I'm not mistaken, he's right up there with Biden and Trump. Like in the 80s, I would say 83.
Vladimir.
Oh, 73.
73. Oh, so he's younger than Trump.
He's younger than Trump. No, so we're not counting him.
Okay, so you can't do it.
We can't. I mean, he could. I mean, that doesn't mean he's not.
Maybe.
You know.
What do you think they get Zelensky?
Oh my gosh, no, Zelensky's mad young. Or they get him.
Get him.
Oof, Jesus Christ.
Think Maduro dies?
Who's running?
Canada?
Cuba.
Oh, I don't even know his name.
Yeah, I don't know.
Raul Castro. I don't know if Raul Castro died or he just gave it up to this other guy.
Yeah, I don't know who would be the next one to go.
All right.
But if it would be Zelensky, I
Probably
guess.
Zelensky.
Probably Zelensky. I'm gonna go with Zelensky too.
If you think if Zelensky gets killed, the war's over.
Yeah.
So maybe we should end this war. The year of our Lord. The year of the one and true God.
Just get him a job
2026.
working with RuPaul, and we solve this problem right away, bro.
What do you guys think? Who do you think is gonna die this year?
Yeah. What's your prediction? If you had to put a bet on it, what would you walk away with?
Between a politician, entertainment, anything.
Anything.
And don't say grandma. Who do you think is gonna die this year?
Damn, not grandma. Let's give grandma another year. She didn't do anything. Nah, I don't really know as far as like world leaders or even in the entertainment thing. It's like, yo, it could be literally anyone. It could literally be anyone. But we'll see.
Comment down below. Let us know who you think is gonna die.
2026, baby. You ready for this?
Who's not making it to 2027? Vote down below.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.